What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. So it went down. Canelo Alvarez against Bivol. Look, break the fight down real quick. Let me just say this. I honestly, out of that 12-round fight, saw about 2 rounds that I said maybe could have went both ways. Maybe two. Some people said they gave him about 3. Some people said they gave him none. It's not about me giving him anything. I just saw 2 rounds that I felt like might have been kind of debatable. Like, Canelo might have won that round. I don't know. I didn't see a clear win for Canelo in any one round. Now, they had that fight scored so much closer than what it was. I'm being honest with you, 115, 113. Seriously, what fight was y'all watching? Man, I mean, we talking 10 rounds to 2, 9 rounds to 3 at best. Not no goddamn 7-5. They did the same thing, man, when Floyd fought Canelo. One judge had it a draw. They had like a damn near even fight, like all this nonsense. And same thing with Trout, same thing with Lara. With Lara, Lara did let up, in the second half of the fight. And judges, a lot of times they start, paying more attention to the later rounds than the earlier rounds. But at the same time, it's like, I don't feel like watching that fight that, people expected what happened to happen. My thing is, when I looked at Bivol, I said, okay, he's a good basic boxer. He did what, when you hear me say fighters have all the tools they need, it depends on how they put it all together, how they use them in the fight. He fought him the way we've seen, Billy Joe Saunders. We've seen Caleb Plant fight guys where they get in, get out, get their shots. Don't take unnecessary shots, make a guy miss, make him pay. Canelo's flaws, okay, came out in the fight last night, but these are things that he's been doing. Even ever since he fought Floyd, people, he got immensely better. He fought Floyd, now he beat Floyd. Canelo at his best is better than Floyd's best. I always thought that was bullshit, and I've expressed that and said everybody's entitled to their opinions, but you guys speaking out of this favoritism nonsense. First off, let me show you what you saw last night. You saw a guy that's flat-footed that basically doesn't know how to cut off a ring. He just walked you down. And what happens is Canelo, he punches hard, yes. Canelo, he targets the arms. So people, like, for example, when you see a guy arm get marked up and swollen, he targets the arms and that's an old school trick. You start beating these arms down, the arms get tired, which is why when a fighter goes against the ropes and stand there and take these shots, do nothing, and then move after Canelo throws a 5, 6, 7 punch combination on him and moves, like, why'd you just stand there and take that? Okay, you saw a guy who didn't know how to cut off the ring. You saw a flat-footed, slow-footed guy who just walks you down. Think about it. This is how he fights everyone. The thing is, Canelo throws every punch to try to knock you out, and then that aura of invincibility that people, was putting on him. That's what his opponents are worried about, getting hit with shots. So they try so hard to not get hit by anything to the point where it limits their offense, and they pit-pat with Canelo, and pretty much they get intimidated when every punch he throws is to knock you out. What I saw also with Canelo is, you see, it's not that he doesn't have defense, but with Canelo, he's used to guys trying to throw punches, more of survival, more of just to keep him off. Even just let your hands go. Even if you're not hitting nothing, just touch him, let your hands go. This is what he has gotten used to. And so basically, I've always liked Bivol's, liked his confidence and his humbleness, but like you said, Canelo is not, he's a man. He's not a superhuman, he's a man. I don't look at it like, oh, this is Canelo, but people try to put this in your head like, oh man, you're going against the face of boxing. I don't care what you call it. You heard me say Bivol is a good basic boxer, right? This was a cherry pick. For people that are saying it's not, no, it was a cherry pick. He took way less money to fight Bivol than what he would have took to fight against Charlo or Benavidez. And basically, it was a cherry pick because he felt like between the two, you guys can say what you want to say. Oh, Canelo dared to be great. He went up to 175. He didn't have to. Well, he didn't have to when he went up and fought Kovalev and only gave him 3 weeks to train. He didn't have to fight Kovalev. He knocked out Kovalev. So now all of a sudden the excuses start with, oh, Canelo's not really a light heavyweight. Well, neither was Floyd Mayweather really a junior middleweight. Floyd Mayweather, who was 36, getting ready to turn 37 years old, who came from lightweight and still dominated the fight and made it look easy. This is what you saw against Bivol. They look similar, not exactly the same, but look very in terms of dominance. But skill-wise, strategy-wise, no. You see what happened? He thought Bivol was going to be easier than Charlo or Benavidez. Skill, pound for pound skill. No, he's not as sharp as those guys. But you know what Bivol did? He had a game plan. He stuck to it. He knew what his strategy, what his strengths were. Like when you hear me talk about Anthony Joshua fighting Usyk, this is what I'm saying. He fought him like I'm the big guy. Not like you're the big guy. I'm the big guy. He stayed behind that stick. He worked off it. Early in the fight, what you saw him doing? He was throwing little pit-pat shots, giving Canelo different looks, trying to see how Canelo's going to react to, his movement in certain shots he throw. And then you started to see him put power shots on him, 2-3 punch combinations. Get in, get out, move, stand there, block, slip, move. Get behind that jab again. He was giving them different looks. He was throwing them off, and he realized, okay, Canelo has slow feet. Let me stay behind his stick, and let me work. Let me move. Let me get in. Let me get out. Let me dictate. And that's the thing that Bivol does the best is he controls the distance. So my thing was he gonna actually do it against Canelo? I don't know. And like I said, he just might be Canelo's banana peel. Okay. After watching this fight, I'm not gonna say and tell you, I knew Bivol was gonna win. No. I never said he couldn't win. It was just the chances of him winning when you look at who he's fought and everybody else. Like I tell you guys that said Charlo fought no one, Benavidez, he ain't fighting no. Okay, well, who did Bivol fight to earn his shot, right? And he took way less money to fight this guy. And what Bivol did was, look, he used everything, his range, he used his height, he used the skills that he had. He kept everything tight on the inside. You didn't see him winging shots, getting sloppy. In fact, he made Canelo reach several times. Canelo looked sloppy and wild. Canelo was throwing nothing but power shots, trying to get him out of there. And he looked desperate. When he rocked Canelo and Canelo was like, come on. And Bivol like, nah, you come on. He realized Canelo was trying to, get him to throw shots, try to maybe spring off the ropes and try to catch him with something hard to bait him in. Canelo couldn't outbox him. And Canelo, if you watch him, he's always had problems with what type of fighters? Slick boxers that can move, that can give angles. So when you guys were saying that Canelo has improved, I said, no, he's improved a little. How he improved was in his confidence and in how he chose his opponents, where he can do the things that he's known to do, that he's comfortable of doing. When he fought Kovalev, look at the same thing. He just walked Kovalev down. He just kept walking, nothing special. You didn't see any special foot movement, head movement. No, just walk him down. Kovalev started getting tired. He's doing all this extra moving. The thing with Bivol is he was in shape, and he was ready. He knew what he had to do. Canelo was huffing and puffing in the third round. But now the excuses are, Canelo didn't look the same. I told you guys it was going to be. I told you. Oh, you got to understand, Canelo got 57. Look, these guys are both 31 years old. Canelo didn't look the same in his fight. In fact, Canelo was getting booed by the Mexican fans. All right? He was getting booed. They started booing him. I saw comments about, oh, he let us down. Yeah, you got the fans that's still with him, but you got all these people calling this man the king. He's the god. He's the king. He's all this crazy shit. Now, all of a sudden, oh, you got people pissed at him. Oh, he let our country down. I mean, I'm reading comments like, wow, just look at this shit. All I saw was two men go in the ring to fight. One man lost, one man won. That's all. At the end of the day, He lost. He lost. Don't give me that shit about he's not a natural light heavyweight. So what? He went up and knocked out Kovalev. So don't give me that. He's destroyed 68 pounders. 168 pounders. He's destroyed 160 pounders. Going up, he was getting ready to fight a damn cruiserweight. You guys will talk about him fighting Usyk. So how the hell you gonna sit up here, watering at the mouth about him fighting Usyk? But now all of a sudden, oh, he was too small, and the rehydration factor and all. No, him and fucking Bivol looked the same size in that ring. You didn't see a guy who looked much bigger than the other, just taller. That was it. At the end of the day, y'all, somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. That fight was not no damn 115 to 113. Now, I salute both fighters for going in there. You can't take away from what Canelo's already done. But I told you guys, Canelo already is up on the scorecards when he goes in a fight with anybody. They give this guy rounds. And this is just factual. You can look at any fight where he was clearly getting outboxed. They already had him up against the guys he was fighting. Now, when I look at a rematch, I see the same thing happening. Maybe he gets knocked out in the rematch because the things that Canelo would have to do to beat Bivol to really catch him like he needs to, he's not good enough to do that. He has slow feet. You understand what I mean? He doesn't, like I say, he doesn't really cut off a ring. He just stays in front of you, just keep walking you down. And there was times where Bivol had him macking up and moving around. Why? He was hurting Canelo with those shots. And Canelo realized, okay, I got to play the matador at times. I can't be the bull all the time. He's not letting me. That guy stayed comfortable. He said the same thing Floyd said. This is my easiest fight. It was an easy fight. Don't come with this bullshit. They're the same age with the old wear and tear on his body. He underestimated him. He took him light. Oh man, he got lucky. All these excuses. No, the better man won. Nobody expected that to happen. That's what it is. Very few people. This was a fight. People had to see him, Bivol, to do what he said he was going to do, or what he was expected to do, before anybody could really believe it. And he did what he had to do. Again, salute both fighters, but the better man won, and it wasn't Canelo. And I feel like if they have a rematch, it's going to be the same thing. More than likely, he'll probably fight Triple G instead of go straight back to Bivol. I don't see him winning that fight. It's not a thing that he just got his number. He's just good enough and better than what people thought he was. And he showed it last night. So, real simple. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.